Shalom, call lawyer how about Shem Shah. Shalom to the left. Last night I was out, just chilling with some of my people, sipping a little yan. We was watching TV, and this particular interview came on TV. And it was talking about the singer Britney Spears and this guy actually being related to her. So he was just going through some other stuff, and there was stuff under there that was a little disturbing. He was talking about basically him being the mo, and they got babies or whatever. But anyway, he mentioned something about his great-great-grandfather name being Esau Bass. I'm like, hold on. I looked, and the person I was around real in tune, what was going on. So we looked at each other, I'm like, hold on, you heard what he just said on that? Esau Bass. So I'm like, hold on. I know as soon as I get situated and get squared away when I get home, I know I'm going to do a lesson on this. So I tried to search for the videos on here, but it ain't pop up. So I was like, you know what? Let me go on Bing, because Google real good too, but Bing also got a lot of information when you type certain stuff in. So I went on Bing and I just typed in this Lance Bass. I have a family member named Esau, which he mentioned in the interview, so I knew already. I just wanted to see what popped up. Now it says the family history right here, so look what popped up when you actually click on it. So all that talk about Esau not knowing who they are, they descendants done away with, that's completely false. Let's scroll down a little bit. Esau Bass, revolutionary soldier, their descendants. Scroll down, there was one that stood out to me. I'll just read a few precepts or whatever. It's Esau, man. All this information coming out about who Esau is. This guy's name was Isaac Esau Bass. Let's see. What's something else I want to see on it too? Oh, that might be the last little part I was looking for. Give me a minute. And notice the main thing, like with the genealogy, which whoever his family was, they was familiar with the scriptures. When you look at the names of it, you got Esau Bass, you got Ephraim Bass, you got Ezekiel, Jeremiah, Malachi, Mary, Isaac, Joseph, Elizabeth, Jasper, Sarah, Jonathan. Let me see some other names. Hopefully Esau red ass don't take this damn video down, because there's some good information right here. Just because, we have people still saying that Esau don't exist. We don't know who Esau is. Those people, they don't exist no more. But the main thing I want to point out too, I never heard a nigga, and I say like that, just a little inside joke. Person that know where I get that from, they know. I never heard a nigga name their kid that, but Esau, they name themselves Esau though. I never heard our people, nobody. I have family members named Isaac, Ezekiel, or John, or Abraham, different names like that. Never named themselves Esau. I wonder why. Let me go into this real quick. Book of Genesis, chapter 36. I'm going to read on down. It says, now, these are the generations of Esau, who was Edom. And it just goes all the way on down. Let's see. I ain't going to read everybody's name. Another key point, Esau like to call themselves dukes, just like we are over there in Great Britain. They still call themselves dukes. Now, verse 15 says, these were the dukes, the sons of Esau, the sons of Eliphaz, firstborn son of Esau, Duke Teman, Duke Omar, Duke Zepho, Duke Kenaz, Duke Korah, Duke Katam, and Duke Amalek. And this name still is mentioned to this day as well. The Amalekites over there. Let me see. Go back to this real quick. Look at Genesis chapter 25, verse 23. Let me jump up a little bit. Verse 21, it says, and Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived. And the children struggled together within her. She said, if it be so, why am I blessed? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. Because the women of our nation can actually produce twins that come out looking a certain way. Esau can't do that. The women, these Edomite women, they can't do that. They have a baby, they come out how they gonna come out. They're not gonna just, it ain't gonna be no one brown, one red. It ain't gonna be like that. Our women have the ability to do that. But matter of fact, let me go get this picture real quick. Let's see if I can find it. Here's one particular image. I've seen it before. Give me 1 minute. Let me see if this is. Okay, that ain't it. This the one. Now look at that. The women of our nation can do that. On the contrary, the women of Esau nation, they can't do that. That's why. And then Esau tried to get slick and go give some Canaanites. I want to say, if I'm mistaken, the story go back to Cain. Cain actually tried to get with a Canaanite woman, a Hamite woman, to try to get that melanin back, but it didn't work. If I find that precept, it could come back to me. I'll put it up as well. Let me get back to this. In verse 23 it says, and the Lord said to her, 2 nations are in thy womb, 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Now what happened was, the younger ended up serving the elder, just for a period of time. But prophecy says Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of the world that follows. So all this end of the world talk is basically talking about the society as you know, this setup, this trap, this pit, this system. They ain't talking about the actual planet like blowing up or a damn asteroid hitting the planet and then everybody gonna die. No, that's not what it's talking about. Esau would like that to happen because they had the mentality that if we can't rule, nobody can rule. But it's not gonna happen like that. And when they go some more, verse 24 says, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. The first came out red. Let me go back to this picture. What was that? Came out red. And I made a video on this too. I'm surprised they take it down. They got a lot of views on it. So if you want to go search for this video, I want to say I named it the red Edomites or something can't hide who they are. That's something you just have to go search for it, but it's definitely in there still. Because I keep checking it and the views are went up more and more and more. But it's a real edifying video. Because that's what it's for. It ain't really just about the views. Because some people watch stuff for controversy and they want to see back and forth and get entertained. They don't really want to be edified. Let me see where I was at. Okay, it says when the first came out, red all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau. After that, his brother came out. And why didn't they describe his brother? Because he came out normal. And there wasn't no need to give that description. People be like, oh, his brother, they ain't describe how his brother came out. There's another precept too in a minute, talk about how Moses stuck his hand in his bosom. And when he took it out, it was white. And it says, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 60 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. Let's go. Let me just type in who are the cunning hunters of today. See what pop up. Oh, what are you? Lo and behold. Oh, Esau. Done got him a wild turkey. And it's like a vulture up under there, too. These are your cunning hunters right here. Our people hunt, but they don't go to the extreme like Esau do. Esau, they going to the extreme. They mounting heads on walls and doing all type of other weird shit, too. I ain't gonna say, but they go there. It says, read on some more, it says, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. Who dwelt in them tents the most? And still to this day always dwell in tents. Go to family gatherings, barbecues, or family functions. More than likely having them up under a tent. Esau normally rent out sinners. They may have a tent, but it's rare. I don't never really see no Edomites up under no tents. They don't even like being out in the sun like that, in the heat. They get them a sinner, rent it out, and go on by their business afterwards. Our people will go set up outside up under tents. It's like a chill. And be playing. Kick back, drink, eat good, chill with your woman or your women. That's our characteristics. It says Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venture, but Rebekah loved Jacob. But see, there are people that read that and say, oh, well, Isaac loved Esau, but the birthright wasn't about who Isaac loved. It was about who the Most High favored, who the blessing was really supposed to go to. Now read on some more. Esau ain't want that birthright anyway. I'm gonna read it just to go through it. It says, and Jacob side pottage. And Esau came from the field, and he was faint. Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage. Who always eat their meat red? Our people don't eat that shit red. They don't eat that food burnt, a little crispy. Leave it in the grease a little longer. Let it cook a little longer. Esau, they like that red shit. A little blood on there. It says, fine, faint. Therefore was his name called Edom, or Adawan. It says, and Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at a point to die. What profit shall his birthright do to me? And see, Esau wasn't thinking farther ahead. Jacob was, though. But Yahweh was thinking farther ahead.